Hey sports fans, welcome to the Ballers Club Press Show. Today we're going to be smoking almonds and pecans. Stay tuned. Alright, so step one of this process, we're going to be making these candied pecans and almonds. So to make our initial delicious sauce, we're going to be taking butter. This is frozen, about that much, into the pan, which I've already got started heating up. And I like to cook everything on maximum heat. Just, you know, it's faster. So we're gonna get our butter all swirling around there. So now once our butter is about this much melted, we can add ingredient 2 of 3, maple syrup. And for the amount of nuts, by the way, we have these 2 bowls is what we're doing. You want to pour in about this much for that much butter. Stir it around like so, maybe a little more because, you know, we like flavor. And get that going. Another reason you want to cook it on high is it will superheat the maple syrup and it'll candy it a little bit better. And then we're also going to toss in some cinnamon here. This is all subject to taste. We could probably take it off a high now, but I like to do lots. So, and give it a nice little stir around. Get that butter melting and that maple syrup and cinnamon mixing in. Good. All right, sports fans. So once your delicious sugar sauce looks about like that, you can go ahead and toss in the almonds and the pecans. And all we have to do is like give them a nice coating. We're not cooking them at this point because the smoker's going to cook them. Just cover everything. Look at that. Shiny and glistening. Alright, we'll put them in a bowl here and we will see you outside at the smoker. Whew, smells like Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, it looks like it's fixing to rain here, so let's rush this 6-hour process along. Here's our nuts. We just lathered in that special sugar sauce. So I have these fancy pans here, and I'm just gonna start dumping them in, try to make it as even as possible. And I'm collecting the delicious goodness there on the, whoops, on the tin foil. So now we'll just pop them in. Does it close that way? Nope. Let's go the otter way. Numero 1. And we'll do this one. Oh yeah. That's pure flavor country. Alright, and we'll pop this one in. And I put some foil down on the bottom rack there just to catch those drips. Alright, so we'll close her up and we're going to set it to 250 degrees, and I'm gonna let them go for like 4 hours plus. All right, for our pellets today, we're using these Pit Boss hardwood Pitmaster blend. I'm a Pitmaster, so we use the Pitmaster blend. And I don't know, I think they say you're not supposed to use pellets in a master built, but I always do, and maybe you have to put them in more often, but I have decently good success. Part of the reason I bought the master build is because I wanted to be able to make my own chips anyways and not have to buy biscuits or pellets or anything. But this thing, it'll burn anything. It's great. All right, well, looks like it started raining after all here, so we had to get creative and build ourselves a fancy little tent here. Protect things, but at least our smoker is still going strong and nice and dry, so we'll check back in with you in a bit. Okay, well, it's a couple hours later now, and it was raining that entire time since pretty much immediately after we put up the nuts in the smoker there, so we're gonna just open it up here and do two things. The first thing I'm going to do is I put water in the water pan from the start. I'm going to dump that water out. So the water makes steam during the smoking process, and I think the steam kind of helps deliver the combusted materials onto whatever you're smoking, and it makes it stick better and absorb a little bit of smoke, but it also keeps our nuts from getting that kind of crispy dryness that I'm looking for as well. So now we're going to dry smoke them for a bit, and then I'm also going to reverse the position of them and maybe give them a little stir. So the ones that were on the bottom are going to go to the top now. So here we go. We're going to open it and be efficient. All right. So the water gone. Come get a shot of it in here, and we'll just do a little checkup on this. Oh yeah, look at that.
It's hot.
Probably. Okay. Oh, a little stir around. Okay, so they're still pretty wet and they're in there for a couple hours, so now we're going to go back and yeah, look at that steam. So now we're gonna do a little longer, maybe an hour and a half, and let them dry smoke. So we'll see you then, and we'll look at the final product. Okay, sports fans, it's now about 4.5 or so hours later. So we did about 2 to 2.5 or so hours with the water pan. Then we took the water pan out for the next hour and a half plus, and now I think we're about done. So let's have a look, see what we got. Oh, look at that. Got a little Let's see how the top ones are looking here. Everything's so nice and sticky. Oh yeah, look at that. Here, I'm gonna try one too. Ah, perfecto. So I'm just gonna leave them in here. Door open. Let it cool off a little bit. And then they're gonna sort of come into their own after they're cool. And
Oh, is it family of squirrels?
yeah, whole family of squirrels. Oh, you know what? It's the two gray ones chasing the little red one. That's the squirrels. Yeah, so we're gonna let them cool off, and then in the next day or so, the flavor will sort of soak into the nuts a little bit more, and it'll be terrific. Anyways, thanks for joining us on this episode of the Ballers Club Prez Show. Just dump this out. Somewhere safe. Look at how many we used.
Or somewhere safe.
It's still hot.
Why are you dump? That's why there's lots of somewhere safe. Why don't you dump it there?
Because it's hot.
It's okay. It will go on the.
No, it would burn.